Hi there. There you are, the bride to be. Hi. Mm. How are you? Good. How's your mom? Good. You two must have had a good time. Well, you stayed an extra day, so I figure you two must have been having a good time, or else you wouldn't have stayed so long. You did a lot of talking. Well, you and your mom always do a lot of talking. Hey, hey, are you excited? Well, we're like 3 days away. And then we're going to be husband and wife. It's exciting. Well, good. I mean, you don't seem overly excited. Okay. Doing a lot of thinking about what? Sit down? Okay. Sounds serious. Okay, so what exactly were you and your mom talking about? I don't know what you mean. Making sure you've got everything covered. Like what? Okay. Um, I don't know what you mean. Making sure things are in place. Like what? Just in case what? In case it doesn't work out? Well, the whole idea is that it does work out. That's the hope. Yeah, but I mean, hope only gets you so far. Yeah, but sure. Yeah, yeah, we could talk about them. Okay, so what are these things that you want to have in place? Why is it a good idea to keep our finances separate in case it doesn't work out? Okay, well, like I said, I mean, the goal and the hope is that it does work out. Well, I don't know about what if it doesn't. I mean, if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I mean, we're not even married yet, so the whole idea is that yes, it's going to work out and everything is going to be hopefully great. Okay, what are these other things? You want to keep your maiden name, so you don't want to take like my name. Okay, can I ask why? Okay, again with the if it doesn't work out. If it doesn't work out, it'll be easier. If it doesn't work out. Okay, well, it yeah, yeah. Okay, sure. Sure. Let's just cover all of these and then we'll talk about everything after. Okay, what else? A prenup. Why do we need a prenup? Because if it doesn't work out, then There's no hassle with splitting everything up. Yeah, okay. It kind of seems to me, or sounds to me, like you don't think this is going to work. Okay, great. I understand you just want to take precautions and things like that. But like I said, I mean, we're not even married yet. And you're already kind of going like, I want to keep my maiden name. I want a prenup. I want to keep our money separate because, in case it doesn't work out. It doesn't sound like you're very optimistic about this. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, no. I hear what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But it's just kind of throwing me a bit because you're coming across to me like you don't think this is going to work. And you figure it's destined to fail and you want to make sure you've got everything covered for when it does. Well, it doesn't sound that way. It doesn't sound like you think it's going to work. I know. Yeah, you've made that clear. You've made that very clear that you just want to make sure that everything is okay if it doesn't work out. We're not even married yet, and you're setting this up to fall. I'm not mad. I'm not getting mad at you. It's just that it's kind of hard. Like, I mean, what, what the hell was your mother saying to you? Trying to talk some sense into you. Yeah, she's talked a lot of sense into you to the point where like now you figure this is just going to fall apart and you want to make sure you've got all this stuff covered. I'm not upset. Sure, go ahead. Ask me something. Do I think we're doing this for the right reasons? I don't know. We did all this stuff. We booked all these caterers. We booked this huge ass church. I asked you to marry me. You said yes. Everything was just like we're a go. And like, what's there to think about? For the right reasons. What are you talking about? Okay, fine. I'll hear you out. You got the floor. What is it? Of course I love you. Do you love me? Okay, well then, where is this issue? I, yeah, well, the way you phrased it, yeah, I do have to think about it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Yes, I. No, I get where you're going with this. I get where you're going with this. I'm not mad. I'm trying not to be upset. Fine, I will hear you out. Go ahead. Let me have it. Why are we getting married? We're getting married because we love each other. It's it seems like a good idea. We could get a house together. We could, financially everything would be a lot easier. There's a lot of reasons why. What about love? Look, okay, okay, okay. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Well, it's some of the reasons, yeah. No, because we already talked about that. It's, you know, it would it makes sense. It makes sense for both of us. Okay. Just no, 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 no. Just give me a sec. Give me a second, okay? I need to think. I hate seeing you looking like that. You look sad. Okay, look. I just had to do a little count to 10 thing in my head. Just because this kind of caught me off guard. I hear what you're saying. Okay, I do hear what you're saying. And you make a very valid point. The entire time that when we first started talking about this and we first started joking about it, and then it started to seem like a great idea, and then I popped the question, caught you a little off guard. You said yes after we discussed all of the reasons why it made so much sense. But you're right. You're right. We didn't really take that part into account, did we? I can, like, if I think about it, I can understand why, you would want to take all of these precautions, and we're not doing this for the right reasons. No, 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 no. I get it. I understand. We made this whole thing up because we thought it would make so much sense. It would work out so great for both of us. We'd get a house. You could have your private office in there. I could have my studio over here. It all looked great on paper. But you're right. I guess the thing that we didn't really take into account was, are we madly in love to the point where we want to spend the rest of our lives together? And that's the focus? Because it hasn't been the focus, has it? Yeah. I know you're not trying to upset me or trying to hurt me or anything. No, I know that too. I know that too. I mean, your mother is amazing. She's an amazing lady, and I know that, it wasn't like she was trying to just throw a wrench into things. She's brought up some very important things with you, and they're valid. They're very, very, very valid. And I guess I didn't see them. We didn't see them. No, 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 no. Look, I got upset because I just thought you were trying to, you were having second thoughts and you were trying to, back out of this thing. But no, I know. No, like I said, your points are valid, and if anything, I'm kind of upset with myself or pissed off with myself because I got so carried away with everything. I mean, when you said yes, all I could think about is, oh my God, this is it. So now I get to go, I get to go get a tux. You get to get a dress. It's going to be such a big deal. All our friends are going to be there. It's going to be great. And I never really thought past what happens after that. I just thought, well, yeah, it's all great on paper. That I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how it would go if we did spend the rest of our lives together, but I love you. Okay, I do. I love you. Yes, I know that. I know you do. No, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. It's not marriage love. We took a very wrong approach with all of this because we looked at the bottom line and how it would benefit us. And I guess we kind of missed the part where it's like, do you want to get married because you're so crazy in love with each other that you can't stand to spend a moment apart? So yeah, I get it. What do we do? What do you want to do? I think you do know what you want to do. What does your gut tell you? Go through with this or not? Don't think. Don't use your emotions. Just use your gut. What does your gut tell you right now? Okay. Then that's what we do. My gut tells me the same thing. My gut tells me that we got so carried away with the ceremony and the idea of everything that I don't think we really thought this through all the way. And I think what you're saying is correct. If we're not doing this because we're the people that we can't stand to be apart from, and we want to spend the rest of our lives together, and we're head over heels in love, and we're just, we can't go another day without this. That's what it's got to be. I understand that. No, I'm not upset with you. No, I know. Hey, I know. Look, I get it. I just feel kind of stupid that, I just kind of blasted into this blindly, and the most important part of the whole thing, it isn't really there. And I just kind of ignored that. And that kind of pisses me off. I just feel kind of stupid. No, I know. So anyway, to answer your other question, what do we do? Well, I guess we got a lot of phone calls to make. Yeah, I know. We have to let everybody know what's going on. I have to call the caterers, got to call the church, got to call We got to call everybody. You got to call all of your family. I got to call mine. I got to call my friends and let them know that it's off. Yes. Yes, we are. Hey, yes, we are. We are still going to be friends. All you've done is you've made sense, okay? It's not like you dropped this bomb on the table that was, not warranted. Your mother did the right thing. And good for her, because she saw what was wrong with this. And now I see it too. So we'll always be friends. I think you're amazing too. I really do. And I think you're even more amazing now. Because you had the courage to tell me what you were feeling and to say it. I mean, what if we just went through with this? What if we just did it? Because. And then down the road we're both going, was this a good idea? So, thank you. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about this. I feel bad because it's going to be a drag. It's going to be a lot of phone calls, and it's going to be a lot of explaining, and it's going to be a lot of, letting some people down because they were so hyped up about it. And I was too. I know it would have been a hell of a party. I know the food would have been amazing. And yeah, it would have been a great party. But then what next? What after that, Okay. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not mad at you. I'm not upset at you. Nothing. If anything, I think you're more amazing than ever, and I'm happy and I'm proud of you for putting this on the table and stopping something that shouldn't happen. Because as I'm looking at you, and as you're looking at me, I think it's kind of obvious that this shouldn't happen. I agree. What do we do now? I guess we figure out who's calling who and who's taking care of what, because we've got a lot of things to cancel. We've got a lot of people to call. I don't know. Well, I mean, you got a whole lot of family to call, and you got a whole lot of people to call. So why don't you worry about that for now? And I'll call the church and the caterers and all of the that side of things. And I got a few calls to make myself. I can put the word out to the to all my side, family, friends, that kind of thing. And I'll deal with that end. No, it's fine. It's fine. Like I said, you got a lot more people to call than I do. So I'll handle that end. You handle that end. I will. If when you get through making all your calls, If I need a hand with anything, then I'll let you know. Okay? Okay. Um, I think I'm probably just gonna go. I'm gonna go back to my place and I'm gonna start making a lot of calls, and figuring things out. I know. No, I'm just, I mean, it's kind of a hit, but I get it. I get it. I understand. You're right, and this is the right thing to do. This is the right way to play this. So, we got carried away, but, at least we didn't go so far that we're both sitting there going, what now? Of course, I understand. I absolutely understand. And like I said, thank you for doing this. No, it kind of seems like that, but no, you didn't. Thank you for destroying everything. No, you did not destroy everything. You put something on the table that woke both of us up. Well, actually, your mother woke you up, and then you woke me up. This is the right thing to do. And hey, you and I are always going to be friends. And like I said, I think you're amazing. I do love you. You're an incredible person, and I love you for the person you are. And that won't change. Pinky promise. Ready? Pinky promise. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go, and I'm going to go make a pile of calls, okay? I will. If I need any help, I'll let you know, and you keep me posted on your end. If you need any help with anything, you let me know. But we've only got a limited amount of time to tell everybody and shut this all down. Okay. All right. I'm going to go. But hey, are you good? Are you okay? I know. I know. It is upsetting, but I know. You're right. It is the right thing to do. I just want to make sure you're okay. I will always be your friend. Okay, well then I'm okay too. I don't really know what to do right now. How about a kiss on the cheek? Would that be what friends do? We're good, okay? Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll change the vibe as I'm going. So, we're both kick-ass workers. We work hard all the time. So, you get to work. You cover your end. I'm going to go to work and cover my end. Deal? Okay, deal. Okay. I will talk to you soon, because obviously we're going to be talking back and forth while we get all of this squared away, okay? Okay. I will. I will. I will. I will definitely keep you posted. Okay. Talk soon. Hey, how's it going? Good. Good to hear. Um, that's an interesting question. It's going. Are you sitting down? It's it's semi serious. Yeah. The the wedding is off. Yeah. Well, what happened is we talked. No, we talked. We talked about a lot of really important stuff, and something kind of dawned on us. Well, that we're not doing this for the right reason. I've even talked with you about it. How I've said, oh, it makes so much sense. We can get a house and financially everything. It's perfect. But the thing that we didn't really factor in is, do we want to get married because we want to get married, or do we want to get married because it makes all of this sense? And we talked about it. And we both kind of realized that we're not doing this for the right reason. And, moving in together or something like that, that's one thing. But getting married, you know, getting married, like you're married. So it's supposed to be like, happily ever after, forever and ever. And if that's the reason we're going into it, then I don't think that's the greatest reason to go into it. So we talked it over a lot. And we just decided that, we're not doing this for the right reason. And there's a very good chance that in the long term, it's not really going to work. So why do we want to put ourselves through all of that just because, things will be cheaper? Yeah, it is kind of heavy, but it's necessary. And you know what? Like massive, massive kudos to her. She's the one who brought it up. I went over, she asked me to come over. I thought we were going to talk about the wedding and everything. And she put this all on the table. And at first I kind of got pissed about it because I was like, what are you saying? Like you want to do this. And then the more we talked about it, the more it made sense. We're not doing this for the right reason, man. It's not right. So we both sat down and asked ourselves, like, flat out, what does your gut tell you? Is this a good idea or a bad idea? And we both agreed that it's not a great idea. It doesn't make sense. Holy is right. The holy part is now I got like a ton of people to call and say, this is off. So I know I have to call her and I have to tell her she's not, she doesn't have to be best man, I guess. I gotta call her. Actually, I really want to talk to her because she knows me inside and out, and I want to hear her voice, and I want to know. She's always good at saying the right thing to me. She's always good at fixing me. When something's up and broken in me, she's the only one who can really kind of set me straight. So I want to call her. I want to talk to her, and I'll just let her know, like, hey, maybe somewhere down the road you'll be my best man, woman. But I want to talk to her. I know she can set me straight. But the first thing, oh my God, the first thing I got to do, I got to call my mother. I know, she's gonna freak. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this call, man. When I tell her this, oh my God, she's probably gonna start bawling her eyes out, because she's always wanted to go to my wedding, and it's not gonna go well. So, but I gotta get this out of the way. I have to call her and tell her what's going on. So, wish me luck there. Yeah, thanks. It's gonna take more than luck, I know. But I wanted to call you, let you know what's going on. Can you do me a favor? Can you call, like, the rest of our kind of gang and let them know what's going on? Because I got a lot of people to call, and to call everybody one by one is just going to be a shit show. So can you make a couple of calls or a few calls and let everybody know what's going on in our immediate kind of circle? Okay, cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just, it's kind of up because, like, what? Like a couple hours ago, it's like, all right, I'm getting married, and now it's like, I'm not getting married, and I got a load of people to tell that I'm not getting married, and I got a load of things to cancel. So yeah, it's kind of, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna call my mom and deal with that show, and then no, I haven't heard from her either. But I'm gonna call her as soon as I'm done with my mom. I'm gonna give her a call and talk to her and see, get her take on it and see what kind of words of wisdom she can give me to get my head straight. So, all right, okay, thanks, man. I will. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, I will. I will. Don't worry about me. I'll keep it. I'll keep it on the straight and narrow, man. It's all good. Like it. It makes more sense not to than it does to do it. So I'm good with that. I'm at peace with that. It's just like I said, it's the initial hit of all this stuff was going to happen and now it's not happening. So, but other than that, like I understand, I understand. So I'm good. I'm okay. All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon. Okay. All right. Okay. Take care, buddy. Bye bye. Okay. Hi, mom. I'm good. How are you? Good. Good. Everything is good there. Okay. Good. I well, it's. I'm glad you think it's nice. I just call out of the blue, but actually, I'm kind of not calling out of the blue. I need to talk to you about something. I'm I'm not necessarily upset, but I'm hoping you won't be. Are you sitting down? Okay. I'm just gonna come right out and say it. Mom, the wedding is off. Yes, yes, the wedding is off. What happened is we sat down and we had a very, very serious talk about why we're doing it, whether it's a good idea for us to do it, and we just kind of came to the conclusion that we're not doing this for the right reasons. Pardon me? Good? What do you mean good? I thought you'd be like insanely upset about this. What do you mean she's not the right one for me? No, that's exactly what we were talking about, is that we're not we're not doing it because, we're head over heels in love and we want to spend the rest of our life together. What are you talking about? No, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand what you're saying. We mean the right person is right under my nose. What are you talking about? Which person are you talking about? I sent you a picture? Yeah, I sent you a picture from Tony's in my tux. I already told you that. She wanted to try on a wedding dress, so I set it up so she could try it on. Yeah, I still have the picture. Look at it. Why am I looking at it? Hold on. Hold on a sec. I can't talk to you at the same time and look at it. Okay, you want me to look at it? I'm going to look at it. Hold on. Sorry, what? Yeah, I did look at it. I don't know if I understand anything. She's the one. And what makes you so sure about this? No, I haven't. Okay, what exactly have you seen? Yeah, you're kind of right about that. No, you're kind of right. She does make me light up when she walks into a room. She does make me smile like nobody else. She does make me happy. Talk to her about what? Well, I'd have to wrestle that one in my head, but I mean, even at that, it's not like I can just walk up to her and go, "Hey, by the way, the wedding's off and would you like to get married?" Like, I can't really do that. Because she's going to think I'm some kind of idiot, or like, what? Oh, I got bounced out of one, so you're my rebound, you're my second choice. No, of course she's not my second choice. And how am I going to do that? How am I going to convince her of that? Tell her how I really feel. I don't know if I know how I really feel. Okay, what's your question? I. Yes, I am the guy who goes with his gut instincts. Okay. If I answer the question from my heart and my gut, yes. Yes. I could see myself very, very, very happy with her for the rest of my life. Mom, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can convince her of that. I mean, that's a pretty long stretch coming from you're going to be my best man, so to speak, to I want to marry you. Okay, another gut instinct question. Okay, what is it? Yes. I haven't worked out all of the other stuff in my head, but if I answer that question just flat out, yes, I would marry her. Yes. I do want to. Because I didn't want to screw anything up. We've been friends for a really long time, and I didn't want any of that stuff to get into it and screw up our friendship. Yes, I do know how long you and Dad have been together. A long time. Okay, why? You're right. You two are best friends. That's why? Mom, this call did not go the way I thought it would. I thought you were going to be so upset, so mad. You will be. If I don't tell her how I feel, you'll be mad. Okay, I got some thinking to do. No, what do you think? Tell me what you think. It's true. I do have the church booked. This is nuts. She doesn't even like that church. It's the huge church. We've talked about this kind of stuff before. She said she just wanted like a small little ceremony and, yeah. I am listening to you, Mom. Okay, spell it out for me. All right. I'm going to go. I've got a lot to think about. And I actually need to call her to tell her what's going on. All right. I will. I will tell her we need to talk. And then I have to figure out what the hell I'm even going to say. I do. I do love her. I love her with all my heart. She's the greatest thing that ever came into my life. Just tell her that. Okay, Mom, I'm going to go. I have to call her. I have to call a lot of people, and I got a lot of stuff to cancel and a lot of stuff to do. Sure. What's your last bit of advice? That's probably very good advice. Go get her and don't ever let her go. Thanks, Mom. I love you. I'll talk to you soon, okay? Okay. Bye-bye.